It's hard to make the case for spending money on packaging these days, but it's too important for packaging designers to get the right balance between packaging costs and consumer delight, because that's what leads to brand affinity and repurchase. Procter Gamble's ZzzQuil package for Pure Zzzs 10 Advanced caught my eye during a recent shopping trip for a couple of reasons. But then I also started thinking about what still might be missing from the packaging design that would ultimately secure my loyalty. Here's what they got right and where I think they missed the mark. First, what works? The purple family color block on the shelf dominates. And there's good color matching between the PET bottle and the polypropylene cap. It's not perfect, but the bottle is semi-transparent so that you can see the product that's inside, and the cap is opaque, so you're never going to get it perfect. But see these silver highlights in a couple of places? They work. That actually was what first caught my eye in the store. They're shiny, but they're matte at the same time. And I think that matte look adds a little bit of sophistication to the design. On the back of the label, they also have the how to recycle label. And I give them points for that because it gives clear instruction to the consumer on how best to dispose of the packaging when empty. I'm a huge fan of the how to recycle label. I also like the closure that they have. They have icon based directions on how to open this child-resistant closure. It's the typical push down and turn, as you can see from the directions here. It would be a little bit easier to follow if it was in contrasting color, but I understand that adds cost. And what I can say about this is that the debossing is deep enough that it adds a little bit of shadow so that it adds a little bit of contrast as you're going through it. And those shadows, that contrast, makes it a little bit easier to see, aka being readable, which I like. I always think it's worth the time, effort, and money to orient the closure with the front panel graphics. Set it up once and let it go the full run. This one I have to give them a pass on though, because the child-resistant cap spins too freely. And the orientation wouldn't hold for long, I wouldn't think. The closure would easily move out of alignment during either downstream packing or through the shipping and distribution. And I've seen other products where they'll add a little glue on the closure liner so that when you take the closure off, it'll open up the inner liner on the safety seal on the bottle. They didn't do it on this bottle, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I think like most consumers, I'm kind of resigned to having to use some kind of a tool to poke a hole in the liner. But this is, as you can see, very easy to do. But I have to say, here's where my delight tapered off a little bit, with a minor and then a major annoyance. Here's the minor one. On the back of the label, the instructions are to store, you're not going to be able to read it, at no greater than 25 degrees Celsius. There are a lot of people using the Celsius scale for temperature in the US. That's a big nope. So I had to look it up. It's 77 degrees, if you want to know. And here's the major annoyance that I had, which, granted, is age-related. And even with my bifocals, I have trouble reading the small copy on the label. And I know a 2-ply expanded label is more expensive, but even with my bifocals, I can't read the label very, very easily. And if I were making the call, I think I would find a way to be able to afford an expanded label. When it comes to packaging design, there's that delicate balance between controlling costs, especially these days, so you can give consumers a good value and make a decent profit, versus spending a little bit more on helpful and functional packaging features to trigger that delight. Find a way to deliver delight, or get as close as you can.